Okay, good day everyone. So, this is the second part of the Chapter 7 series, which is Filipino architecture. So, we will be discussing architecture in the Philippines since prehistoric until the modern times. Okay, so let's start. The Filipino folk architecture is deeply rooted in the relationship between the early Filipinos and their environment. These structures were designed to provide basic shelter while adapting to the local terrain, climate, and available materials. So, unlike Western architectural traditions that emphasize aesthetic styles and permanence, Filipino folk architecture prioritizes function, sustainability, and cultural significance. Each traditional house embodies the ingenuity and resourcefulness of its builders, ensuring that every space within the dwelling serves a specific purpose. So, ang architecture diri sa Philippines, dili lang magmatter sa style only, but also ang iyang function, no? Unsa ang ang gitindugan niya. Say for example, ang lugar ba is more on bato-bato, na ba siya sa daplin dagat, especially po no sa climate sa Philippines nga prone to typhoon rabata and also pag summer init. So unsa pud ang materials based ato. Okay, and also the availability sa materials. Say for example, ang location is somewhere in the mountain, no? Unya ang unsa may available nga materials ito and also the resourcefulness of Filipinos mo lang ginagamit. And also yung function. Pud ay. Okay. So the first one for the Filipino folk architecture, we have the Bahay Kubo or the Nipa hut. The Bahay Kubo is the most iconic traditional Filipino house. It is a stilted structure made of bamboo, nipa palm, and other indigenous materials. Its raised floor protects against flooding, while its open design allows for natural ventilation, making it suitable for a tropical climate. The Bahay Kubo is a symbol of simplicity and communal living, often featured a single multifunctional space that adapts to the daily needs of its inhabitants. No? So I don't know if you have seen a Bahay Kubo, but as far as we know, sa sulod wala siya kanang rooms kaayo no, just a communal space, no? Um, ang space pwede siya mahimong kan-anan, pwede siya mahimong sala or tulganan, no? Bali, kuan siya ba ka ng multi-purpose and multifunctional, no? Na-adapt sa mga daily needs sa nagpuyo sa kuan, sa bahay kubo. Okay. Ngano tilted siya, it means naka-raise ang iyang floor, wala siya attached to ground. It's because the Philippines is prone to flooding. So, ingana siya ang rason nga no, ingana ang style sa bahay kubo. Next is the bale or the Ifugao house. The bale is a compact, elevated house built by the Ifugao people of the Cordilleras. Constructed from hardwood and thatched roofing, it is supported by sturdy posts to withstand earthquakes and heavy rainfall. It's because sa ilabong region, mas prone to earthquakes and kanang bagyo man sila dito. So maopoy ang naopod bali ang function sa ilang balay nga makastan ato nga if ever mahitabo man na nga panghitabo. Okay. Its raised platform protects against pests and flooding, while the enclosed space provides warmth. Okay, since naman sila sa highlands, no, unlike sa bahay kubo nga open, kanipong bale is closed. Okay. The bale reflects the Ifugao's architectural lifestyle, often used for storing rice and other food supplies. Next is the Ivatan House, no, sa Batanes. The Ivatan House is a stone-walled structure found in Batanes, designed to withstand strong typhoons and harsh weather conditions. Built with thick limestone walls and thatched cogon roofs, these houses provide an excellent insulation against both heat and cold. The Kaivayanaan or the communal house and Kamanyiduan or individual house showcase the resilience and adaptability of the Ivatan people. Next is Torogan. Oh, nani siya sa mga Maranao. The Torogan is a traditional royal house of the Maranao people in Mindanao. Unlike the simpler folk dwellings, the Torogan is an elaborated structure or elaborate kasi nga structure, no? Built for sultan. So, mura siyang palasyo, no? And nobles. Actually, sa pagkaroon na paghapon ng mga royalty sa Marawi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but na-mention is akong classmate that there are 18 royal houses daw sa Marawi. Okay. It features intricate ogier. So, with carvings ni siya sa mga Maranao. And it is elevated on stilts, no? Elevated gapon siya. The house's high roof and wide eaves signify the status of its occupants and serve protection against the elements. Okay, the Torogan embodies the Maranao culture and artistry. Next is the houses on stilts, no? The houses on stilts are common in coastal and flood-prone areas of the Philippines. So itaas gid ang balay, no, para di makasulod ang tubig. These homes, often made of bamboo and nipa, allow for easy adaptation to rising tides and monsoon rains. Now, you may ask, Ma'am, ngano magpuyo man sila sa dagat? Di ba pwedeng naa sila dito dapit sa land? Well, ilaha po na class, and it's because ngano mag-reflect po lang balay sa ilang gipuy-an, but also kuan man ko siya, say for example, if ang family or ang provider nila or alang trabaho is fisherman, no? So ingana mag-reflect pod ang balay, no? Okay. Now, ang space sa house, no? Beneath, sa ilalom, no? Especially if ang balay, the houses on stilts is najud literal sa tubig or like kanang sa kanara pong shallow nga part. Okay. Pwede siya butangan og mga kanang mga fishing nets, kanang mga bangka ibutang sa ilalom sa balay, no? Or livestock. Okay. Next is the lean-to. Okay. The lean-to is a temporary shelter made by branches and leaves, used by nomadic hunting and gathering communities. Mostly ganang mga sa una nga mga negritos. Okay. It is an example of a highly adaptable and mobile dwelling that provides basic protection against the elements while allowing for easy dismantling and relocation. It's because temporary lang man gud siya, so wala siya nagkuan sa aesthetic. Mura lang bag kani mga gusto since hunter gatherers man ni sila, so ilang balay dili pod ka ng pang matagalan bang temporary lang ba. Okay. Next is okay, sa mga Badjao. Actually, technically, Badjao are not Filipinos because class, I don't know if I remember it right. So, disclaimer lang, is because they are not under dito sila under sa jurisdiction sa Philippines. So, mura ba, kumbaga, mura sila o wala sila nation ba? Like, wala sila kuan mao lang tribe with is Badyaw but wala sila kanang sa banaoy wala sila nationality kay kuan man sila ilang wala man sila resident sa Filipino soil unless itong mga Badyaw nga kanang ana dyan nagpuyo sa Philippines Gyud ha. Kanang nagpuyo na dyan sa Filipino soil but katong mga badyaw sa like sa waters nagpuyo is dito sila technically nga Filipinos. Okay. Now, ilang house is the Bajau houseboat is a floating home used by the seafaring Bajau people since sige man na sila balhin-balhin like ato po sila sa laing countries, nearby countries sa Philippines. Okay, these houses enable the Bajau to live in harmony with the sea, allowing mobility and easy access to fishing grounds. Their design reflects the maritime lifestyle and deep connection of the Bajau to the ocean. Mao po ilang house kay mao man ilang lifestyle. No, that doesn't mean nga pobre na sila. Pud ilang like lifestyle ba? Okay, next is kanipod sa Higaonon. So the Higaonon tree house is a very elevated dwelling on sturdy trees. It means magtugod silag balay dili ka nang sa mga dali mabali nga trees, no? Okay, dapat kato yung mga himsog nga trees, no? Okay, these are primarily found in Mindanao. Now, these structures provide protection against wild animals and potential enemies while offering a strategic view of the surrounding forest. The tree house represents the ingenuity of Higaonon in adapting to their natural environment. Now, we might say no nga kaning mga ingani klase nga house pobreng nagpuyo diri no, dili na sila pobre class. Since mao man ilang like example ilang living, mao man ilang culture, mao man ilang tradition, maybe sa beliefs pod nila. So mag-reflect pod ang ilahang balay. No, we cannot judge them. We can di po ta angay nga magbuot sa ilaha. Mao man pod ilaha ba? Okay. Okay. Filipino folk architecture is a testament to the creativity, resilience, and adaptability of early Filipinos. Each structure reflects the unique environmental conditions and cultural traditions of its builders, whether in the form of a simple bahay kubo, a durable Ivatan house, or a grand torogan. These homes embody the concept of soul and space, demonstrating how architecture can harmonize with nature and community needs.